let's go ahead and kick it off with a few questions about our topic tonight. How do you understand pure desire and pure knowledge? And maybe you can sort of expand on that with an experience that relates to the pure knowledge and the pure desire. So why don't we go ahead and start with Nisha?
Okay. For me, what is pure desire and what is pure knowledge is like, in our day-to-day life, we all want to meditate. But there are times that when we feel like, oh, I'm running late to work, or can I do it in the evening? Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. That is a lack of desire. But to get a few minutes earlier and then meditate, it's a pure desire because you have the desire to meditate. And what is pure knowledge? Pure knowledge means when you are meditating, and what we did all these days, we were doing these exercises and we were seeing how we feel on our hands. Like, okay, this thumb is tingling, or my pinky finger is tingling. That is pure knowledge because it is a depiction about yourself. You're becoming your own guru.
All right, thank you for the share. Let's go ahead and move to Sylvia. How would you answer the question about pure desire and the pure knowledge?
Pure desire, I would say it is not related to any materialistic desire. If you go to the shop and you see something, oh, I need this, I need that, or now online shopping is more active for everyone. Sometimes you feel, oh, I really need that, but actually you have seen an advertisement, somebody told you about the product, but do you really need it? So then that would not be maybe a pure desire, or if you already have something similar. But if you say, I want to improve my meditation experience, I want to be thoughtless for a longer time, then that is a pure desire, something which is good for your own spiritual growth.
All right, thanks for sharing that. And Nikhil, how would you pure desire?
Nothing different than what Nisha and Sylvia have shared. Definitely something which clearly resonates with what I understand or trying to understand, still learning. Words can become a maze easily when we try to answer or define ourselves, what is pure knowledge or pure desire at our mental state. But that's not what we are learning here. We are learning to go beyond that. And some of us as yogis, we have seen that these get answered better and clearer when we seek answers through our central nervous system, like Nisha mentioned, with the feel of, the subtle system within us. So, and this loving and living process with experience of the flow of cool breeze on our palm, right? So we get to know what is the state of the vibration. So something like that is definitely an indicative of, am I going in the right direction? A small example I wanted to share, which is the most recent one, I would say. I've been an audience like over the past 11 days now. I've been an audience for few sessions, not all of them, but few for sure. And yesterday, I was like, it'll be good to talk about it. And then I left it at that. And then I did not think about it much. And today morning, Linda, whom you have been hearing from, she reached out to me and she texted me out of the blue. We don't text each other, but of course we share our numbers. And then it was like, she just asked, what do you think about sharing your experience? And I just laughed. And now I'm here with you all today. So I can say that is one of the pure desires I had. And just a tiny bit of example. I do want to share an example from my work because I enjoy sharing about Sahaja Yoga with people when possible, and I've been keen to share it at work also because I know it helps us to get through some challenging situations and were more than work, right? So with the desire, I was able to talk to some specific groups at our bank, and then now we have been able to do the meditation sessions at the bank over the past couple of years, both in person and on Zoom. So I like that we have been able to do that, and I do rate it as a pure desire, if at all. Something that gives you that pure joy, the feel makes you feel connected to your spirit.
Excellent, excellent. That segues very well into the next question I have for you all, which is you spoke about the living power and how things work out. So do you want to share, Nisha, why don't you share how things work out in life and that possibility we have after we do Sahaja Yoga to sort of let go of control and let this divine energy start to work out our desires. Do you want to speak about that?
Definitely. So we all must have experienced that when we are either switching jobs or if there are tensions in our jobs, and this is my personal experience that what had happened is I was working for a few years in this job. I used to love that job until one day it was creating some politics and I felt like, oh, something has to change. Maybe my manager should put me in something else or something like that. But I could not do anything. I really could not do anything. And then I said, okay, this is out of my control. I definitely need my bread and butter. So I have to still work with him and work around it. And then after a week, because I was completely detached, I had given up hopes of he changing. It was me, I'll have to adjust. And then I get an offer from someone else, some other job. And within few weeks, I just joined another job. So I feel that this is letting go of your control and trusting that there is a divine power. There is that cosmic power which is looking after you. And that is really what I felt, is that this was going against my ascent, because all my attentions, all my meditations, I was just thinking about my job and thinking about that, how can I resolve it? So my pure desire was getting lost, but my pure desire was to come out of it. So it did not come out the way I wanted, but it was much, much better than what I wanted. So that's my example.
You're muted, Carrie.
Okay, Sylvia?
Yeah, I remembered one example. Another quality of the Swadhisthana chakra is to be spontaneous. And I remembered the example, we need to buy a rug. Normally when you need something for your home, you start your online research. Okay, which color shall I use and which size do we need? And you go from shop to shop, and then you go to 5 shops, you still don't find. But this time it was different. I just put my hands out. Okay, which shop shall I now go and buy the rug? And then a shop name, World Market, came into my attention. So we go there together, and then we looked, and they have some rug selection. So we go there, and one rug, I just hold my hands, and it's like cool vibrations were coming from the rug. I say, okay, this is it. I didn't even bother about, okay, exact which color. This has cool vibrations, I'm buying this. Then I checked after, okay, it was pure wool and all the qualities of the rug. But so what I want to say is, let's become more spontaneous. Take spontaneous decisions with the vibrations in mind. So especially materialistic things, we can get lost, that we overthink, overanalyze. So when we start meditation, we reduce the analyzing factor. We don't make lists anymore. Really, if we just put attention and be thoughtless for a minute or a few moments and then take a spontaneous decision, it will be way better and way easier. And it brings so much joy. We still have that drug after many years, and it gives a lot of joy. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Nikhil, do you want to share something about your experience with that?
Sure, I can do that. I know it is almost 10 o'clock. We people are ready to sleep, but we, I have traveled multiple places, and coming to US was a challenge itself. And then in US also trying to find relocate to a different place. So I was in New Jersey and New York area first earlier, and then I moved to Ohio later. And those were the two really strong moments where there were things that were not in my control. And no matter how much you plan, there are things that you have to be like, okay, I cannot control it, but there is something that has to be taken care of. So that is what I did.
Awesome.